Hello and welcome here after a long time of not having made any videos, but I decided to make a spontaneous video here from Worms on my way to a schooling I'm attending here for a couple of months. But it brings up an interesting question, and that's actually the point here of the whole idea behind Realize to Actualize is this life is a school. I mean, for this school, actually, there is no teacher. Nobody can teach us what we're here to learn in this school. But the main point is really that we can learn that. And we all have learned in this school. I mean, our personality, our philosophy in life, our mentality, our habits, our preferences, our dislikes, our worldview is a result of what we have learned. And that's something very important to become aware of if you really realize then that we are what we have learned. And so that's something I like to draw attention to here. And that's something that I'm also learning for myself as I'm sharing that. Because to become aware of that, which is really, I mean, what are we here to learn is really to gain knowledge of self. Who am I? How can I realize myself? But then the second step of that is really to put that awareness into practice. And that is much more difficult. It's the actualization. You know, how to become real. How to actualize yourself in this world. How to put this awareness into practice. Much easier to talk about that in terms of giving other people advice. And I've been doing that for a long time. But what I want to start on really, the most difficult thing in the world is really to take your own advice. Yeah, after my own experiences in life, I've come to find my inner teacher. I've come to find that life is learning. I've come to find that the most difficult people in life, people who irk you, people who upset you and irritate you, are actually your greatest teacher. And there's this inner struggle, which I've also come to find that we all are having that struggle in one way or another. I mean, we all can act very loving and kind and helpful towards others. You know, we all can feel very friendly when we feel comfortable, when everything is cool, kinding. But then when things are upsetting to us, or something irritates us, or something upsets us, or makes us angry, then we all can get upset and mean-spirited and hostile and even aggressive. And that's that I've come to find during my marriage also, that bipolar is really about that. And that's in all of us. These two poles, the struggle between the two poles, between the darkness and the light, the love and the fear. And the fear is what has controlled this planet ever since the beginning of time. It has also controlled my life, to be quite honest. You know, that fear. But I want to let go of that, and I want not to be afraid anymore, and I want to instead give my love. That is really our real energy. It comes out of love. And I feel, and I always felt, and that really, how can I say, made me feel uncomfortable in the world somehow. Because I felt, even as a child, that going to school and just listening to a teacher and just following the golden rule, following all these rules, it comes all out of fear. I mean, I didn't back then that it comes out of fear, but it was just something that made me uncomfortable. Because it felt it wasn't really about love. You know, I felt there was no love. I felt there was nobody who was really understanding enough to find out who am I really. Because authority is just basically there, follow the rule. Do what you're told. And if you look at the world, I mean, that's, well, the reason for why we have all the war and all the suffering and injustice is because, well, the system, we serve the system. And the educational system, that's really where it begins, but then it's also the politics. You know, about vote me, I'm your next president, I'll make things better. But it's all an illusion, you know, it's just like the economy. We all serve the economy, the economic complex, you know, which is all about maximum profit. You know, who sells more products, who exports more products, who has a stronger, also the war industry, who has a stronger armed forces. And it's all about that special interest, you know, and fighting for world domination. And I think it's also in our own lives, you know, that we have a feeling we want things the way we want them. And we all look for what we look for. And we all think we are right in the way we think, in our views, our opinions. Yeah, we don't even question that anymore. And I think it's very, very important to start questioning that. To understand actually that it's really not what we think it is. Because our thoughts, I mean, we stopped thinking a long time ago. And we actually think without thinking, if you really think about that. But with our thoughts, we create our world. So that's something very important to keep in mind. And again, there's no school that can teach you that. Because it cannot be taught, of course. But it can be learned. And that is something that, again, is very important. That's really the main point here, the main message of Realize to Actualize, and that it's really this kind of learning. As I get to know myself, as I get to experience myself more fully, and I feel more that this is really that positive energy which is changing everything. You know, as I change myself in that direction of letting go of the fear, letting go of my own anger, my regrets, my sorrow, my sadness, you know, I can give birth to my greatness. And as we do that, as I'm learning that, I help to make this world a better place, and that's what I want to do, and maybe you feel the same. If that's the case, and if you appreciate that, you know, maybe you drop me a line, drop me an email. You can also contact me through Skype anytime, Realize to Actualize, and I would love to have a conversation with you. Thanks for watching, and keep it real.